Have you ever loved someone so fiercely that words became clumsy intruders? Like trying to capture lightning in a thimble, the container's too small, the energy too wild, and you're left standing there with singed fingers wondering why your soul's deepest connection feels like radio static crackling across an infinite void. Let's cut through the spiritual sugarcoating. If this bond is written in the stars, why does texting them feel like shouting into a black hole? The answer's etched in quantum physics and ancient soul wisdom, and it's nothing like what those Instagram gurus sell you. Picture two tuning forks forged from the same celestial ore. When struck, they hum at identical frequencies. No words needed. That's your connection. But here on Earth, you're trying to force that resonance through copper wires and Wi-Fi signals. The silence isn't absence. It's your soul's refusing to downgrade to dial up when you're built for telepathy. You ache to hear their voice, but your spirit knows. Human language is a toddler scribbling over a Rembrandt. We don't speak because our love exists in the pause between galaxies, where words haven't been invented yet. Think of a deaf composer. They don't hear the symphony. They feel it vibrating in their bones, translating resonance into art. Your twin flame silence? That's your apprenticeship in somatic soul language. Every unanswered text is training you to decode the warmth flooding your left palm when they're crying, that inexplicable urge to play their childhood song on loop, the raven that lands on your windowsill bearing deja vu. You see, talking to your twin flame prematurely is like unplugging Schrodinger's cat mid-experiment. You collapse infinite possibilities into a single shaky reality. That quick call to clear the air? It's spiritual vandalism. You're graffitiing over the universe's blueprint with your human need for reassurance. Remember playing telephone as a kid? Whispering sacred union down the line until it became scared onion? That's what happens when twin flames force 5D connection through 3D channels. Your ego twists "I miss you" into "Why are you ignoring me?" Their soul hears "I'm drowning" as "You're failing me." The silence isn't avoidance. It's your spirits installing firewalls against mistranslation. That voicemail you rehearsed for days. Darling, it's not sitting in their inbox. It's orbiting Saturn as stardust. Because your love speaks in constellations, not voicemails. This isn't a separation. It's a soul immersion program. And graduation day? It comes when you finally understand their silence was never empty. It was a cathedral holding space for your becoming. You're staring at your phone again. That empty screen feels like a physical ache, doesn't it? Why won't they just text back? If this love is so divine, why does it sound like a dial tone echoing in a cathedral? Let me tell you a secret you already know in your bones, but haven't let yourself believe. This silence isn't an accident. It's an appointment. Your souls scheduled this quiet long before you met in this lifetime, not as punishment, but as the most radical act of spiritual surgery you'll ever undergo. Imagine two stars colliding in deep space. Spectacular? Absolutely. Catastrophic? Only if they haven't calibrated their trajectories. That's you and your twin flame right now. Earthly communication, texts, calls, tearful reunions at midnight, is like trying to navigate quantum physics with a child's flashlight. You think you want words, but what your soul craves is resonance. And sometimes, resonance requires radio silence. Here's what nobody tells you about that sacred contract your soul signed. It wasn't written in ink. It was etched in absence. You ever notice how the deepest truths surface not in conversation, but in the pause between words? That hitch in your breath when their name flashes in your mind? The way you feel a sudden warmth in your chest just as they're crying miles away. That's your souls talking. Human language is a toddler stumbling through a symphony hall, clumsy, limited, embarrassingly literal. Your silence forces the connection underground, into the rich, fertile soil of the subconscious, where real transformation germinates. We don't speak because our souls are too busy translating eternity into heartbeat. Think of it like this. You're both surgeons operating on each other's spirit. If you started chatting mid-surgery, pass the scalpel, darling. And how was your Tuesday? Chaos. Blood everywhere. The silence is your sterile field, your sacred scrub-in. It's not that you can't talk. It's that talking would contaminate the operation. Your silence isn't passive waiting. It's active soul mining. Every day you don't contact them, you're doing the gritty work, scraping old heartbreak off your bones, unlearning the lie that love must be loud to be real, decoding the constellations of synchronicities they're sending you. That dream you had last night, where they handed you a key? That wasn't fantasy. That was a soul memo, delivered express. No signature required. Modern society screams that silence equals rejection, but in the realm of twin flames, silence is the highest frequency love letter. It says, I trust you enough to let you find yourself without my noise. I honor you enough to not distract you from your destiny. This is where it gets wild. That ache you feel, that's not loneliness, it's remembrance. Your cellular memory recalling, ah yes, this sacred quiet. This is where we rewrite karma. Your souls aren't giving each other the silent treatment. They're practicing soul braille, learning to read each other through the texture of energy, not the flat page of words. When you suddenly smell their cologne in an empty room, when a song pierces you at the grocery store, that's your twin whispering, still here, still yours. Keep going. And you know the hilarious irony? The more you surrender to the silence, the louder their soul becomes in your life. Synchronicities amplify. Intuition sharpens. You start feeling their presence like sunlight on your skin. Wordless, warm, undeniable. Your twin isn't ignoring you. They're in soul-level training to love you beyond human limitations. This isn't a test of patience. It's a masterclass in sacred trust. And darling, you're already passing. You're wondering why they haven't called, why the text stopped, why your love, so fierce, so undeniable, feels frozen in digital amber. What if I told you that silence isn't a wall? It's a force field. And your twin flame? They're not ignoring you. They're standing guard at the gates of your destiny, sword drawn against the ghosts of your past. Let's get radically honest. You think you want to talk, but your soul knows better. Premature communication between twin flames is like performing open heart surgery with dirty hands, desperate, well-intentioned, and catastrophically dangerous. Why? Because you're not just exchanging words, you're exchanging karmic pathogens. Your connection is like a pristine healing chamber, every unspoken word, a sterilized instrument, every day of silence, UV light purging old patterns, that cold shoulder you're aching over. It's not indifference. It's your twin flame wearing spiritual hazmat gear to avoid contaminating your growth. Here's what no one admits. Twin flames are karmic epidemiologists. They instinctively sense when contact would unleash generational curses hiding in your emotional DNA. That ex's voice still whispering, you're unworthy in your subconscious. The self-sabotage virus you caught from your parents' broken marriage. You've felt it, haven't you? That toxic surge when you texted them drunk at 2 a.m., the way your abandonment wounds flared when they took 3 hours to reply. That wasn't love talking. That was your karmic immune system screaming, quarantine breach, shut it down. Your twin isn't giving you the silent treatment. They're giving your soul sterile conditions to heal. Remember chickenpox parties? Parents exposing kids to germs to build immunity? Twin flame silence works in reverse. Every day without contact inoculates you against needy, love-bombing imposters. Activates your soul's T cells, those intuitive hunches that scream, don't send that letter. Triggers fever dreams where you vomit up old relationship trauma. Last night's nightmare about your narcissistic boss. That was spiritual detox. That runner fleeing into the night. They're not abandoning you. They're sprinting into battle against their own demons, so they won't drag you into the crossfire. And you? Your silence isn't passive waiting. It's you growing spiritual calluses, tougher skin, deeper roots, eyes that finally see. Their absence isn't emptying you. It's making space for your wholeness. Modern love screams, if you care, chase. But twin flame law whispers, if you cherish, contain. Think of a master vintner. They don't constantly uncork the barrel to check the wine. They trust the dark, the quiet, the alchemy of time. Your twin flame silence, that's them corking the cask, letting your soul ferment, protecting your becoming from the oxygen of old patterns. So tonight, when the silence echoes, place your palm flat against your chest. Feel that thrum? That's your soul's decontamination cycle humming. Thank your twin's silence like a wartime medic. I see you holding the line. I honor your watch. Track the real communication, the robin that landed as you sobbed, their soul sending a feathered tissue. The sudden craving for their favorite tea, energy reaching across the void, that inexplicable calm at 3:17 a.m., their spirit tucking you in. This isn't a separation. It's a spiritual containment protocol. And darling, you're not locked out. You're being sealed in sacredness. They're not ghosting you. They're ghostwriting your evolution in invisible ink only your soul can read. So, you stand at the precipice now, dear traveler. This ache in your chest, not a wound, but a birth canal. That silence you've been cursing, it's not empty space. It's sacred architecture. Imagine a master sculptor working on 2 marble blocks simultaneously in separate studios. The chisel strikes you here, create dust clouds that drift through the ventilation shafts to settle on their unfinished masterpiece. Every moment of quiet is the universe holding its breath, so your souls can carve away everything that isn't eternal. That text thread frozen in August? Those voicemails swallowed by the digital void? They're not lost. They're composting in the underworld of becoming, fermenting into a richer language. Like wine aging in oak barrels, buried deep in cathedral cellars, your connection isn't undergoing its necessary dark season. When it finally pours into crystal glasses, it'll carry notes you can't yet imagine. Resilience aged in absence, truth distilled from unspoken prayers, courage brewed from surrendered control. Here's the breathtaking paradox. The more fully you inhabit this silence, the louder your twin flame's essence resonates in your bones. That sudden warmth flooding your solar plexus during Tuesday's commute, that's their soul imprint activating your cellular Wi-Fi. That robin tapping Morse code on your window, a feathered messenger confirming they're relearning your frequency in the silence too. You've been asking the wrong question, beautiful soul. Not why won't they talk, but what symphony is this quiet composing? Every unanswered call is a stitch in the invisible tapestry connecting your timelines. Every unread message becomes ink for the love letter the universe is drafting on your behalf. Consider coral reefs. For 9 months, they appear dormant, just limestone skeletons under murky water. Then, on a single predestined night, triggered by moon phase and water temperature, trillion of polyps simultaneously erupt in synchronized spawning. Your separation is that seemingly still period. What looks like disconnection is actually your souls aligning with cosmic currents you can't yet measure. That runner isn't fleeing you. They're swimming toward the deepest part of their ocean to gather luminous pearls only found in pressure-filled darkness. And you? Your stillness isn't waiting. It's photosynthesizing spiritual light into nourishment for both roots. When you finally bloom, it won't be because you chased the sun. It'll be because you trusted the dormant season. This isn't an ending. It's the universe pressing pause so your reunion can be heard in surround sound rather than whispered through broken telephones. That glorious day when your eyes lock again, you'll finally understand why words failed you both, because your love had outgrown language. The silence was never a wall. It was the bridge, and you've been walking it all along. And when you wake tomorrow to sunlight painting gold on your pillow, remember, that's the universe winking. The encore is already en route.